Hello and welcome back to The Buzz. My name is Baylie Barnes. Today I'm here with Michael Howland of the Jacksonville Hearing and Speech Center. Thank you, Michael, so much for being here.
Thank you, Baylie. It's great to be here.
Great. If you can just tell me a little bit about what you guys do with the Hearing and Speech Center.
More than anything, we help people with speech and hearing challenges. We help everyone from children who have speech and language delays to adults. We helped somebody last year was over 90 that we helped to restore his hearing and his ability to communicate.
So what are some of the services you offer for helping them?
So one of the things that we do, especially on the children's side, is we do a lot of preschool screening. And the idea is with approximately 40% of preschoolers having some kind of speech or language delay, we want to help to identify those children that are at risk and then get them the treatment that they need so that they can start kindergarten able to communicate, ready to learn, on par with their kindergarten classmates, and free from any kind of stigma that is going to set them apart immediately from their classmates. So that's a big part of what we do.
So when you say that you help to screen them, so how do you go about screening them?
We actually go to a lot of preschools, and one of the things that's been great is organizations like the Jesse Ball DuPont Fund and Medtronic and others have given us grants to actually go out and do that screening. They recognize the value. So we will have, we'll actually send our speech language pathologists out to do the speech screening, and we'll send any number of different personnel out to do the hearing screening.
That's remarkable. So how many people do you guys normally probably help in the community for say a year?
Last year we helped about 4,500 people, and so that includes people that we would screen out in public, as well as people that would be coming to our center at 1128 North Laura Street for either speech or audiology services.
So how many people does it completely affect in our community, would you say?
It's hard to even get a number around that. Jacksonville Speech and Hearing Center was established by the Junior League in 1949, primarily to help children with speech and hearing issues. We do very much today what we did then, except that the demands are so much greater. You've got 40% of children experiencing speech and language delays in that 2 to 5 range. You've got a third of adults over 60 experiencing some kind of impactful hearing loss. You've got half of the veterans coming back from Middle East and elsewhere that have some kind of hearing challenges. And now you've got teenagers, about 20% of which have hearing issues simply from loud noise and headphones. So the numbers of people that need our services continue to grow.
Can you talk to me a little bit more about, the veterans that you're helping and how that's going about?
Sure. One of the things we do, especially on the hearing side, is to help a lot of veterans. And we have an audiologist in Dr. Fenya Matson, whose husband actually came back from the Middle East with hearing challenges of his own, so she's very familiar. But the two most profound issues are actually three are tinnitus, that ringing in the ears, hyperacusis, which is a very acute aversion to any kind of sound at all, and then hearing loss. And you can imagine, we actually have a board member who has been wearing hearing aids for about 20 years, and he tells the story about he was a Navy captain, Navy pilot, and in those days he said that what they gave you for hearing loss protection was a baseball cap. So, there are a lot of ways you think about explosions and everything else that you can cause severe damage to your ears. So Fenya is really a specialist in the therapies that go into the hyperacusis and the tinnitus, as well as helping veterans to recover their hearing as you would other adults with hearing aids.
We talked a lot about the adults, but what about like the children? Do you have like special like activities and things that like you do along with them, or programs, or?
Well, predominantly it's intensive therapies. When we look at a child that has a speech or language delay, generally we're looking at an average of 22 one-hour weekly intensive therapy sessions that are required to get that child back on track and heading towards kindergarten. And it's what our therapists do with them in those intensive therapies is very important, but it's also absolutely critical that they're getting support from their parents or some other adult along the way to help them. Another thing that I didn't mention is that in the last year we became a certified autism center, and our clinicians have become certified autism specialists. We are seeing an increase in the number of children that come in that are on the autism spectrum, and that certainly manifests itself in terms of speech and language delays.
So what should a parent do if they expect that their kid may suffer from some kind of like hearing problem?
The most important thing that they can do is to get their child tested as soon as possible. And generally it's a two-step process. You can give anyone a hearing screening with an audiometer and get a sense if they have some kind of hearing loss, and then you would do a fuller diagnostic evaluation that you would most likely come into the center for to find out exactly what is wrong and what kind of hearing aid or other thing that you would need to help correct that hearing deficit.
So can you tell me, do you guys have like any events coming up as well, or?
Well, we just had our biggest annual event, which is FinFest, and it was at Timuquana Country Club, and we do it every May, and we do it in May because May is Better Hearing and Speech Month.
Okay.
So that's there's a natural link, but I'm pleased to say that we netted 131,000 that we're
remarkable.
investing back into speech and hearing services, and that's really critical for us. We did not get any City of Jacksonville money the last 2 years, so we rely very, very heavily on the investments that are made by foundations, and then also the support that we get from organizations like Client Focused Media that was a sponsor of FinFest and others, which we're grateful for, and that really allows us to do what we do.
Do you guys work, you said you work with people in the community, do you work at all with Hands on Jacksonville? Or?
We do, and I'm smiling because we have a very quick developing relationship with Hands on Jacksonville. Not only did we just become members, but we actually are neighbors next door neighbors in the brand new Jesse Ball DuPont Center, where we moved our fundraising and finance staff and me not too long ago. Our clinical operations remain at 1128 North Laura Street, but we're very proud to be part of the Jesse Ball DuPont Center and very proud to be next door to Hands on Jacksonville. So, we just did putt and crawl with Hands on Jacksonville and others, and I know we're going to do a lot of great things together.
Very cool. So if anyone wanted to get involved and help you guys, how can they reach out to you to do that?
They can actually either go on our website, which is www.shcjax.org, or they can give us a call at 717-6930.
Great. Thank you, Michael, so much for being here today.
Thank you, Baylie.
All right, and thank you so much for watching.